Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Matty Holmes, BodySynergyTraining.com. I'm here with legend Tom Platz. Thank you for doing
Thanks,
this
sir.
quick little interview for us.
Good
I
to
got a
be
couple quick questions, so I know you're busy, so we all got to get out of here. So got them on my phone, I know, trusty. All right, so first question I have for you, and going to kind of bring back the times here. When you moved out here to kind of pursue your dream, you ended up, I've heard stories that you moved out, slept on people's couches, kind of moved around. I kind of wanted your thoughts on that of basically pursuing your dream, how a lot of people are afraid, and you kind of showed you would do whatever it takes.
Okay. Well, first of all, there's a risk involved in any success venture. In any success venture, there's a risk. And you have to be willing to take that risk. I have a drawing in my garage of this guy diving off a high cliff, and he's going down this big cliff, and oh my God, he's willing to take the risk. I'm not suggesting you dive off high cliffs.
Yeah.
But I'm suggesting there is a risk involved in crossing the street. You can get hit by a car, or maybe you'll trip, and maybe there's always a risk involved in getting to the other side. And it's with a calculated degree of success, you take that risk. Mm-hmm. And that's true with any venture. So coming out here, out of college in 1978, I'm dating myself now, I graduated, came out here, I had $50 and a plane ticket. But since I was 9, I told my dad that's what I was going to do. I mean, I was, Arnold, Franco, Zane. And I thought, man, this is what I want to do. This is my calling in life. And Artie Zeller, who took those pictures, his pictures motivated me. And I made a girl on each arm and a girl on each leg, and the beach and the surfboards and the Corvettes. I'm like, that's what I want to do, Dad. And my whole life changed because of that one picture. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how certain things influence people. And back then, you were weird if you did this. Now you're weird if you don't.
Yeah.
So what happened, all of us, the whole fitness industry, the whole bodybuilding industry grew very rapidly during the 80s and the 90s, more so than ever. What's happening now is that all of the certification organizations, which are ran by a lot of friends of mine, people that I went to school with, I spent a lot of years with in college, they're very academic, but we've lost our roots. I mean, who would you want to learn from if you were a golfer? Tiger Woods, or the guy like you sitting on the couch watching Tiger?
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about working with Proctor and Joe and Mike, is that we have an ability here to actually go back to our roots and work with the IFBB. We're the only company that's actually a sister company of the IFBB. So it's IFBB, Proctor, and you, and why not be taught by the people who actually walk the walk and talk the talk? I mean, that sounds like the way it should be.
Yeah.
And most people out there in personal training land, they talk the talk without even having walked the walk. Mm-hmm. And all my point is here is we need to go back home. Retro's in. Corvettes have always been back, but Challenger, the Dodge Challenger's back. The Mustangs are back, and what else is back? The Camaros, the Chevy Camaro's back, and I think everything's retro now. Bell bottoms came back, and I think we're going back to our roots in training.
As you and I were talking with, like, a lot of the old school training, kettlebells are a big thing. They've been around for a long time.
They were back in the 50s. And when I first went to a gym in the 60s, I saw kettlebells. Nobody ever used them. And now they're like the newest, latest thing.
Yeah.
But everything comes around again.
Yeah. A lot of, because that's what I do. A lot of the old school style training, strongman stuff, tire flips, all these things that people did back in the day. Like the farm man workouts, things like that. Bringing it back to the roots.
That's popular now too.
It comes around and it's getting popular. So I like that you guys are bringing that back, the camaraderie, which has been lost in big corporations and all the fluff.
That's the problem with growth. That's one of the side effects with extreme growth, is you lose that one-on-one relationship. You lose that comradeship, and you lose the grassroots, if you will. And I think about Proctor. I think about authentic practitioners of the trade. People who are of the craft, authentic practitioners of the craft. It is a craft. It's a craft you study and you learn, and we would do it for no money at all. It just so happens as it got popular, we did it for money.
You were able to make some money on it.
If the money went away, you and I would still be doing it.
I'd still train. I can just make a living and end up doing decently well if you're smart and you take a risk.
Yeah, the risk has to be taken, and if you go with your heart will guide you, and that's a problem. I was thinking about a comeback earlier this year. It made sense here, but not here.
Yeah.
You know, the two have to line up. And usually when you're 20s, you know, the heart and the brain will line up a lot. As you get to be over 50, you go, wait a minute, it makes sense here, but is it really sensible here? In terms of training smarter in the gym, and in terms of even going back on stage or competing again, or you know, what's smart and what's not smart. And that's what you learn with years of experience, I guess. And those are some things I'm hoping to relay with my work with Procta.
Awesome.
Very much.
I like that. Let's